as dope as the first project was, I feel like you leveled up with this one. I feel like it feels more cohesive. It feels just more personal. Like,
thank you, bro. Thank you. That means the world. Appreciate that, for real.
You took your time.
Yeah, I did.
I feel like you could have followed up within a year with the way the last album went. But yeah, I feel like you really took your time with this project. Obviously, you gave us like an EP. You gave us some taste. But like, what was for you? Like, was that on purpose to like really not rush the sophomore album?
Yeah. Now it was a string of things. One, this pandemic, right? I'm really a touring artist. Like, I make music to perform it, and two is like I always wanted to sort of set myself up to where I have a expectation of taking my time with albums. Not an expectation, but it's just pacing myself career-wise. I know I could always deliver a high quality album every 2 years. If I would have dropped the album in 2020, like back to back right after Lost Boy, it wouldn't have been good, in my opinion. It wouldn't have been at the level to where I needed it to be. And so I had to live a bunch of life, honestly, to talk about some new things, and go through some shit in order to express that in the music. And it wasn't a purpose. It's funny though, the day that Lost Boy came out, I remember I told Ace, I was like, yeah, it's probably gonna be like another 2 years before I drop another album. He was like, nigga, what? And I'm like, all right, you gonna see. But it's not like I'm just sitting there for 6 months and then I'm like, okay, I got a year and a half left, let's get it done. Like, I'm working every day. The whole time. Yeah, the whole time. But I just didn't want to rush it and just put some shit out just to feed the algorithm. I just wanted, because I know I will look back like 20 years from now, 10, 15 years from now, however long it may be, and be like, I'm so glad that I took my time with this album, versus I'll regret it more if I just rushed and put out an album versus I took this time out, all this time, and creating and cultivating this album and putting all the energy, all my effort into it, versus just throwing some shit out, rushing it out just to put it out.
Plus, if we think of like the all-time greats, right? We think of like Kendrick. We think a lot of these guys, Nas, like, they took their time these guys take their time. Like,
for sure.
Cole's not dropping every 12 months. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. It's a couple. Everybody got their own path.
Jay for a while.
He come every year.
Every summer. Jay-Z, when I was a kid, it was... But, Jay-Z's the greatest of all time.
For sure. Everybody got their own path. And it's not like I'm looking at like a Kendrick blueprint, or like, okay, Kendrick dropped 3 years in between his first and second out, or 2 years between his first and seventh out. So I got to, it's just what naturally, how I progressed. Like, I recorded hundreds and hundreds of songs, but I knew what I wanted to say, what point I wanted to get across. And I just wanted to make a complete, cohesive body of work. And I knew I just wanted to take my time, not with like actually creating, but with just finishing everything up.